Hey Abby, how you doing? Thanks so much for getting your work submitted in PDF. Awesome. You know how I love to zoom in and zoom out. I just think it's such a great tool to be able to do that because it really nicely simulates viewing the work from different distances. And of course, we're going to pull our guides out and do all sorts of fun stuff there. All right, so let me get rid of those guides real quick. Okay, and first thing I want to do is we're going to take a look at the piece to make sure that you've met all the requirements. Then we'll talk a little bit about creativity and maybe some direction for your second iteration. Okay, so let's take a look. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. I'm going to get back there. Okay, this is what I want right here. I just want to take a look at these two at the same time. Okay, now the vertical horizontal orientation with it was a good idea because the product itself is horizontally oriented. I mean, I know you can use it both ways, but I keep mine horizontal. I have this exact machine right too. This is the Intuos 3, the wireless. This is my exact machine. Love it, love it, love it. So yeah, and if you're a designer, geez, I can't tell you in my studio the last time I've even used a mouse. Once you get used to the pen, you're just done. You can throw your mouse away and never, ever good riddance forever to the mouse. It's like drawing with a rock, isn't it? It's so unnatural. So I feel you here. I feel you with the Intuos, with the tablet. All right, so enough of that. Let's take a look at the component. I'm sorry, the requirements. So what we have, you select your object that means something to you, right? So you've got your tablet. That's great. Now let's go ahead and say the selected object must be the dominant image, and yours is, right? Yes, yours is. So then your poster must include an image of the object in use. Take a picture of somebody using it. There's that. Okay, your poster must include one image of results. We don't have that. We don't have results of the use of your product. There's no results anywhere. Okay, I'm going to show you something in a second. You probably saw that site I had in the background when I was switching screens. There it is. Anyway, I want to show you something in 1 second. Back to the objectives. The results from the use of your object. Okay, then your poster must include two components of the object. Okay, we don't see that in your poster. We see the pen and the actual. So you're not really concentrating on those objectives or those requirements. You don't have two components that you're showing. Now, I know that the Intuos only has two components. It's the unit and the pen, but maybe you could get a close-up of the control handle of the pen. Or maybe you could get up into the wheel, take a close-up of that as one of the components, or one of the lower or upper set of buttons, and describe those. Do you see what I'm saying? So you can add those components. So that way you would have your main object, the dominant image, your image of the object in use, your poster, your image that shows the results of using the object, and then the two components from the object for a total of 5 images. Okay, then you have one paragraph of text, which you have. Good. Then you have your phrase design in everyday life. You've got that. Good. And then you have, let me see, asymmetrical design only. You got that white background only. Yes. Size is right. Image must come in contact with the edge of the page somewhere twice. You have 1, 2, basically 3. That bleeds 3. This bleeds twice. So you're good there. You must use a grid. I'm not seeing a whole lot of evidence of a solid grid here. And I'll describe that in a second. This could possibly be a 9-column grid. I don't know. Let me know. But if I'm seeing this as a column, that might fit. This, if you're using a grid over this, let me know, okay? Or even, submit a second iteration with the grid overlaying. But you definitely want to pay attention to alignment. Let me pull some guides here so you can see what I mean. Okay, so right there, that baseline right there. Oh, you are actually aligned. You're pretty good alignment. Let's see if you got what you have going here. Yeah, so it's tough to say whether you're using a grid or not. It's really difficult for me to tell, but it doesn't look like you're not, so that's a good thing. you've got some pretty good organizational structure here. So whether the grid pans out or not, I'm not sure. Let me know if it has a 9-column grid. So but anyways, what I want to get at is this: is that this piece is it visually exciting? Not really. And I want to describe something to you. It's a principle in message making, specifically message making using images, and it's basically when you're looking at something straight on, right, front and center, like we are here, it's not the most exciting way to look at things. And marketers know it, and product promoters know it, and designers need to know it. Let me show you what I mean. If we jump over to that site, there it is. Yes. Okay. See how they present things? That very rarely do you see the object presented straight on, head on. As I say that, but you know, and then you'll see some other areas where they're actually just showing you the product where it's straight on like that. But most like placement shots are never really face on like that. Well, actually in the advertisement they are, but I wish you could find a magazine ad for Intuos. Let's see if I can. Oh, man, that's not getting me anywhere. I'm sorry. I'm just trying. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Yes, this is exactly what I'm talking about. So see there, that's not head on. That's got an angle, and from the side, same as that shot there. The magazines, there's another shot of the product that's on the side. It's more dynamic. It's got movement. It's got action. And you can see in the ads, all of these are shown. And look how static this is, okay, compared to this. Even sans the background, just the product itself. See what I'm saying? So it's just really, really a noticeable way to present your work. Sorry that took so long. I probably should have had that lined up for you. Anyway, so the product shots are something that I think would be something that you could use. I want to just do something really quick again. Well, you get the idea. You get the idea. I mean, go through the Intuos site, see how they're showing the product. Okay, think about telling a story instead of just showing a product. Do you see what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense. And the reason I said I'm familiar with the Intuos site, and I know how the site works, and there's something else on that site I think might come into something very handy. I'm just going to do this real quick, and let's go to Intuos, and let's find their Wacom site where I was just at. Now, something like this you could use as, what were we missing? We were missing that one requirement that you have to show the results of the use of your object. Well, you can see in the Intuos site, they do this all over the place. They show results, okay? So you're going like this. The viewer's going, okay, I see this and I see this, so this must result from this. And it's just a common marketing technique, very common. And we're asking you to kind of use that in your project here. So that would be one option for doing for representing the results of the product. And there's there's just, they do this over and over and over again. Here's a neat shot of the product in use. Okay, so just food for thought. Here's another result. This is a cool one, result of using the, okay, so you see what I mean? So it's visual storytelling. It's making messages using images, and then of course with your type, in conjunction with your type. Now, speaking of type, this right here, I would word wrap this. I would word wrap it. I wouldn't try to do, because right here you get that short line right there. So if you word wrap it and you justify this type, that you'll see that it'll create a nice. Okay, now I don't know if you're going to go in that direction or not, but there's nothing wrong with what you did here. It's just fine. I will say, though, over here we've got some issues. Okay, your character count. Don't forget character count and word count for optimal reading. This is too short. Some of these you probably have to 6, 12, less than 15, 16 characters on a line. Okay, remember optimal character count is 40, anywhere between 45 and I'd say 69 or so. So think about that, all right? And that includes spaces and punctuation. So some of these are too short. So you also have some areas that are really, that's called a typographic widow, and that's a big no-no. Also, in a typeset this short, you're gonna watch type column this short. Watch your hyphens. You've got 2, 3 in here, 2. Okay. Other than that, that would be my recommendations. I'm sorry I took over 10 minutes. Boy, am I winded. I'm long-winded. I'm so sorry for that. So those would be my recommendations, Abby. If you have any questions at all, please just feel free to let me know. Okay. Thank you.